I mean, pretty crazy situation, but not as bad as what happened the other day with SpaceX. You see that rocket explosion?
Yeah, that was a wild one right there. That was a wild one, and thankfully there was nothing around there. When something explodes like that, you wherever the stuff is flying, you cannot. It's no longer controlled airspace now. You understand?
Oh, true.
This debris is no pilot. It cannot turn. It cannot have no control. So wherever it's going is where it's going.
It's where
and
it's
that
going.
could be in the flight path of something else that's already up.
Yeah, and look at this picture here. You see how it's like the blast, and then here's all the stuff that's literally falling into the atmosphere.
I mean, it looks like a beautiful meteor shower if you ask me.
Yeah,
but it's still absolutely alarming. Like to be on the ground and see, it's like I've never seen something like that with my eyes. I can imagine like all the different things that would be going through my mind of the speculation of what it could possibly be, what it's gonna hit. Are we gonna, there's people, watching. We were watching that video, and there's people like, are we gonna die?
Oh yeah,
like yeah,
as they're watching the debris falling from the sky.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how that has affected Elon's, company and the stock and all that stuff.
Yeah, many things are impacting brother Elon right now.
Yeah, he's in the news and on Twitter and all over the place. Everywhere I look, it's somebody saying something about Elon.
Well, now he's a politically affiliated individual, and
true.
Once you do that, you're choosing.
Yeah, he chose a side for sure.
Yeah, but when you choose your side and you're in business, you're choosing your audience, you're choosing your customer base. Then, so it's like you're gonna lose some.
Well, that's kind of the crazy thing, because when Tesla first came out, I assumed he was on the other side.
Well, there was a different political party at that time. They had at the time the New Green Deal, which made a lot of sense for him.
Exactly.
And being in California, especially, being the most liberal state in the union, and being all green already,
and wanting electric cars instead of gas cars.
Right. All of that was a good fit for him at the time. But when President Trump was they attempted the assassination on President Trump, and he got clipped in the ear. The next day, that's when Elon Musk made the decision that he was going to fully endorse President Trump. And as you know, President Trump likes people that look out for him. He likes to look out for those who look out for him. And, understanding that Trump isn't he's really not a politician, dude. Dude's a businessman, so he sees everything as this. And
I thought he was an actor.
No.
I mean, he was a businessman first, but then he definitely was an actor.
No. He had reality shows.
Yeah.
But that's not acting.
I mean,
it's not scripted.
You're gonna say The Apprentice was not scripted?
Well, it has a dialogue. It has a setup. But like, what happens.
I think being a politician is scripted. Everything you're getting up and you're saying in front of the camera, in front of the people, you're reading off a teleprompter. Somebody else even wrote it. You didn't write it.
It all depends though on the dialogue. Like, press conferences are like you're meat. You know what I'm saying? Like you're to the wolves. Like, so you better be able to answer some questions and know what you're doing. Sure. You know what I mean? Like, it's an address is an address.
Yeah.
Like I don't know any field where it's like your job to remember your whole speech. You know what I mean? Like everybody kind of has their speech, their notes, stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, that's
true.
That's a normal deal. But with this guy, what he's gotten himself into with this, now that he's been appointed the director of Doge, right?
Yeah, Department of Government Efficiency.
Correct. In all business, efficiency matters, right? As they say, the devil is in the details. And him being this man's the richest guy. Isn't he the richest man in the world or something like this?
He is right now.
And like that coming through business.
Aside from I seen some report that said Kim Jong-un was actually the richest, but nobody really knows how much he has.
Well, this guy has, built himself up through business and has shown that he has the know-how, he has the knowledge, and as a subject matter expert when it comes to efficiency, when it comes to business and operations. So they're looking at it like, hey, we gonna reform this thing and make it like a good running company, and hopefully that's what's, look, I hope that happens. You know what? I'm not like a person that's like, I hope they don't do it. I hope they do it. Listen, if it's good for the American people, if more taxpayer money is going to go towards things that people need because of it, I'm for it.
That makes sense to me.
Right. But see, like the problem with a lot of people is I want that done, but I don't want him to do it. No, that's wrong.
Yeah, they're worried about who has power.
If you really care about something that's important to you and people are impacted by it and you want it to change, you cannot be the person that's like, oh, but I don't want him to do it. That means you really don't care like that. You care more about how you feel about the situation than you do about the situation being resolved.
You care more about the person than you do about the situation being resolved. So it's like, hey, if someone else was doing it, I'd be cool with it. If it was somebody that I liked.
Right.
But since he's doing it, I'm not cool with it because what he may choose to do it in a way that I don't think is okay.
Right. And like he's just sitting in this place, man, of controversy. When you're outward, like I said again, when you're outward with your opinion, you're kind of like left to the wolves. You're outside to defend yourself, and that's what you got to be willing to do. If you have a public platform and you're standing out there and you're standing on stuff, you better be willing to stand on it all the way.
Yeah.
And right now, this guy's catching hell right now.